One. One. Okay, go back to the start. We're not actually on. Hi there, I'm Chris Siddles. I'm going to be a commentator today. I'm here in South Cerney for the South Cerney Kermesse. And before the cycling starts, we're just going to mention our sponsors because this race couldn't go on without them. They are Move a Home, Swindon's #1 estate agent for sales and lettings, holidaycottages.co.uk, the Alfred Ashley Group, empowering business through IT, telecoms and tech, and Discover Bikes at Performance Cycles, your local bike shop for service and bike sales and bike hire and adventures, with a shop just outside this village on the Spine Road and a recently opened one in Swindon, a stone's throw from the modern sporting hub. Live pictures today are being brought to you through Dream Team Television. So the riders are going to turn round and face in the direction of the circuit now. Look out for number 49. You can see them there at the front in the yellow jersey. That's Tommy Stroud from the Vela Cup Venta. He's the leader of the new South League series of races, and he's going to give us a little wave. Are you going to give us a little wave, Tommy? Tommy, give us a wave. As the leader, there you are, there he is. So look out for him. He's number 49, and he's leading this series. This is the 4th race in the series, so you'll be doing your best to stay in that yellow jersey today, won't you? Thank you. Great, brilliant. All looking good. Really nice sunny day here. So the races, is 12 laps. This is the men's race this morning of a 4.5 mile circuit. It's a total of 55 miles. Each race is the same distance. The word Kermesse is a Belgian word. Kermesse racing in Belgium was the mainstay, and why Belgium, why Flanders in particular, has become such a force in world cycling, and has been right since the start. And Kermesse races are usually 10 kilometres, 6 miles lap, and they do say in Belgium that the size of a lap, this one's a little bit short, is the size that it takes to order a beer, come out, drink it, watch the riders go back and get in another one for the next lap. Okay, so it's getting everything's nice and relaxed, but Kermesse racing is really fast. You know, it's no holds barred racing, and breeds an aggressive kind of rider that you get in Flanders, which is why they've won so many of these biggest races. So roughly 3 minutes to go now. 3 minutes to go. And we've got a nice bunch of people turning out. It was a really nice crowd. Thank you for coming to this South Cerney Kermesse, sponsored by Performance Cycles. Okay, just a few minutes to go. It's all fallen very silent and tense. Stop laughing. You're not supposed to be enjoying yourself. You're supposed to be serious. I've never seen such a bunch of smiley riders. Right, we've got riders from all over nearby in Bristol and Swindon. I've been speaking to riders from Bath. We've got somebody from Exeter University.
Chris, do you want to do a 10-second count now? We'll get us going.
Yep. Now. Okay, so I'm going to count you down. And we're starting at 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy! The race is going. There we are. And usually these races start really quickly because you need to, on a circuit like this, you need to get breakaways formed and get some order going. Got a lovely cavalcade of cars following behind. And I can see the signs from one of our biggest sponsors, Mover Home, from Ash, from Mover Home. The owner of Mover Home is here today because he's an avid sports fan. I've already spoken to him today. And if you want to sell your house, you're in this area, Bristol, they're in Swindon, they're the place to go to. And really support sponsors because we couldn't have bike racing if it wasn't for sponsors. So all these names you can see on the by the side of the bollards and everything, by the side of the fences, you know, try and support them because there would be no sport without. So we've got a little bit of a neutralised roll-in start. Right, it's still the car with the checkered flag outside, that's still holding them in a neutralised pace, just to control, just to go everybody can get sorted out. But they'll soon be starting. When that flag goes in the lead car, then the race starts. And they're off. Car will just accelerate slowly away now. And the race has started. And it looks like Joe Berman's the first attacker of the race. He loves to attack early, apparently. And he's really stretching them out. He's got a good gap there. And Joe is from League RT. Is that racing team? League Racing Team. Joseph Berman. So it's a Swindon-based team. So Joseph Berman from League RT, a Swindon-based team, is getting a good lead there. He's put his head down and he's going for it. Yeah, they're really strung out now. It's very windy today, so they're going to be moving out to that white line on the road. Now there's 5 corners on the circuit, so you've got to be able to be good at cornering in Kermesse racing. And Joe's got a good lead there. He's looking good. What he needs now is a couple of people to get across to him, get a good break going. And it looks like there's a bit of a chase getting organised behind. And yes, certainly crosswind section. There's a lot of sheltered, a lot of trees on this route, but there's some gaps in them, and that really catches people out. Yeah, they're working together to bring him back now. But that'll string out the group, that'll string out the main peloton. It's looking pretty fast now. I think this is the area where they're going through the Cotswolds water park, which is an incredible place. Yeah, the pressure's on. Pressure's on quite early. It's usually the thing with Kermesse racing. Looks like we've got Elliot Collier at the front and the Tap Callas team. Yeah, and they're lining out now in a crosswind section in a bit of an echelon. It's looking like an attack from Toby NG now. He's from Team PB Performance. And nobody's getting clear at the moment, but it's all taking the toll. This all takes the toll on the riders. And there'll be splits starting a bit. And they're into a headwind section now, which is usually, it's really important in cycling. Anybody who's just come out today to watch, it's really important that you get shelter and you work in a group, and especially on a windy day like this. Then another attack is very aggressive in this first lap. Right, we're expecting them through to the end of the first lap now. Can't be far away now. It's quite a quick thing. The pace has been on right from the start. Quite an aggressive race. And that's looking good. He's getting a little bit of a gap there, and especially in the peloton behind, those front riders are looking at each other, looking for somebody else to do the work. So this could pay off, especially if you could get a couple more adventurous souls to go across to him. There's a couple now that it looks like it's splitting up. This could be significant now. Peloton's really stretched out. This attack's causing some gaps behind. It looks like two have just about broken clear. Yeah, this is good. If they can get across to him now and form a good working group, they could get a gap. And the pressure's on behind. You can see the pressure's on behind. Bit of interference, I'm afraid, that the relay gets interfered with, especially in areas of trees. The bits that I'm watching for the television, for the Dream Team television stream. Yeah, this is real Kermesse racing. Different changes of direction, constant changes of direction, constant. The wind's coming from, it's all blowing from the same place, but you're hitting it in different ways. And here's the front of the cavalcade coming through the finishing straight now in South Cerney, so we're expecting the riders any second. We can see on the television stream that they're coming into the built-up area, they're coming into the village. And there's a little breakaway group nearly nudging away, about 4 or 5 riders. The race is going to be neutralised. I think there could be problems with them going over the white line. Let's have a look. Yeah, the race is neutralised. I think the commissaire wants a word with them. Right, the commissaire's coming out and telling the riders that the way they're using the whole of the road is not acceptable because they're racing on open roads and they can only use the road up to the white line because it's obviously there'll be maybe oncoming traffic and it's dangerous. The commissaire's asking the riders to pass that message around the peloton. To all the riders, he wants you to just go to the white line. Just go to the white line. Don't go over the other side of the road. It's for your own safety. And okay, we'll soon be getting going again. Hopefully there won't any more stoppages. So I can hear the commissaire talking now. The chief commissaire, she's running the race. She's the sort of referee of the race, and she's telling them that the car's going to be neutralised until that first corner again. So we've got a neutralised start. Like I say, when the flag's out of the car there, the race is neutralised. There's a couple of riders who were dropped earlier. They look like they've got back on. That was a gift for them. So the race is a little bit neutralised now. It's very difficult for the riders. It's when the wind's blowing like this, and you want to win, you want to get up to the front. But that's the thing with racing in Britain. We're racing on open roads, so safety comes first. We're just going to roll out to South Cerney, and we're waiting for that flag to drop, and let's see what happens. Let's see if Joseph Berman makes another first attack of race start 2. Yeah, look like we've got an attack straight away. And it's a mud duck rider from Bristol. Can't see which one because I can't see his number yet. But yeah, the Mud Duck. And Mud Duck's a lovely bike shop in Bristol, lovely cafe right by the docks there. A historic heart of Bristol. And that's a good gap. Yeah, he's got a really good gap. That's very promising. Looks like there's one rider trying to get across to him, so this is quite promising. Unfortunately, I think that looks like a member of the public's car. This is the difficulty of racing in the UK, sharing the roads with other cars. Well, it's certainly caused some attacks. That has getting past that car now, and they're getting across to this Mud Duck rider. So nearly a group of about 10, sort of trying to prise itself off the front there. It looks like the riders are using all the road, but we've got Yestin Jones from Cardiff. Yep, Yestin Jones from Cardiff there in third place, so he's getting himself up to the front. Right, now after that stop-start to the race, things look like they've settled down now, and but an attack, that's what we want, another attack. Because this is the way the race is going to be decided, by getting away, getting a small group going. And this rider's from Spirit Racing. Yes, so the Spirit Racing looks like Matisse Venter. Spirit Racing, no, they could be from all over the country. In fact, Matisse is a Belgian name. But looking very, very stylish, looking in good shape here. And that's a good gap. That is a good gap now. So Matisse Venter is trying to shape this race, sponsored the South Cerney Kermesse, sponsored by Mover Home, state agent based in Swindon, Discover Bikes at Performance Cycles, the Alfred Ashley Group, and holidaycottagers.co.uk. And like I said, this is the 4th round in the South British Cycling South Series for 2nd, 3rd and 4th category riders. I haven't seen Johnny Stroud yet defending his yellow jersey, but he was well up front when they came through on the end of that first lap. But this is really promising, really stylish rider, very, very stylish. And taking another turn now, the wind, will come at them from a different way. Rather they hit the wind. There's a little slight climb here. So let's see, everybody here, let's see if he's in the lead, if Matisse is in the lead when it comes round for this first lap. Now the next lap will be King of the Sprints. So there's points are awarded on the finish line on laps 3, 6 and 9 in the Mover Homes King of the Sprints, and the points, the rider with the most points will win the King of the Sprints competition. He's still holding that gap a bit. Elliot Collier is chasing it down from Callas. Is it Tap Callas team? Yeah, he went into a breakaway. He was aggressive on the first lap and got a group going. Now if he gets with Matisse, they could get something going here. Yeah, that's good. That's good. He's very strong because Matisse Venter's having trouble holding his wheel, and he went across that gap very quickly. So this is a strong rider, And there's another one trying to get across to him. But Elliot Collier is looking very strong. He's probably the strongest looking rider in the race so far, even though it's only been 2 laps. But his attack is definitely stretching that peloton behind. There's a lot of gaps appearing. Yep, after this it's 11 to go, so it'll be 10 to go, and then there's 1 lap to go when they come through this time, through the village to the first of the Mover Homes King of the Sprints finish. So they're turning into the village now. There's the big start of the houses, and that's that Mud Dog rider again, very aggressive. And there's a group of about 6 riders just got a little bit of a gap at the front. They're going to be coming around. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, and they're coming through now. So they're coming through South Cerney, through the main street, across the finishing line. There they go. And there are gaps. The pace is the heat's definitely on now because there are gaps forming here, and there's a few people that are hanging on at the back. Looks like 3 are getting tailed off there. Yeah, they're keeping that pace on. He's keeping that pace on. That's the way to do it. Out. Going out towards the end of the village now, the end of South Cerney. And there's quite a lot, it's a bank holiday weekend, there's quite a lot of locals turned out to have a look at the race. That's another Callas rider. Tap Callas. The little gaps forming. They're really trying to get this breakaway, this group formed together now. And he's got a gap. Is that Elliot again? Yep. Elliot Collier from Tap Callas. Seems to be the strongest rider in the field so far. And Mud Doc looking really good. They were telling me before the start they didn't expect much. I think they were being very modest. Yeah, these four, they don't look like they've got much of a lead, but they're working very well. They're signalling to each other to come through, doing little short turns at the front, keeping the pace up. And if these attacks keep up, you know, if Elliot keeps attacking like that, he's going to get a breakaway going soon. Little bit of a war of attrition at the moment. Riders are getting tailed off at the back. No great splits at the front. One or two little promising moves, but mostly the actions at the back of the race with riders getting dropped. The pace is just too much for them. 10 laps to go when they come round this time, and this is the first, when they come into South Cerney, the next time across the finishing line, points will be awarded in the South Cerney King of the Sprints, these intermediate sprints. So Elliot's still persisting. Elliot Collier definitely wants to make his mark on this race. Just trying to prize that group of three riders clear. Ever-present Mud Doc rider. And there's another two trying to get across to them, but this is looking like it's sticking. And the wind here is blowing the barricades across the road, going to try and move them back. We need some more crowds out from South Cerney. Come and lean on these barricades, please. You can help keep the race safe and enjoy yourself. So there's a little split now with three riders clear. Elliot Collier from Tap Callas, who's been aggressive throughout the race. He's prized this little group of three. He must have attacked 5 or 6 times now, and his reward now is he looks like he's getting a little group going. And there's another rider got across to them, not making it 4. That was he crossed strongly there. And that's from the Defined team. This rider's from the Defined team. It's a good aggressive race so far. They'll get something established. And the riders are behaving very well as well. Are only using the road up to that white line, so that little bit of a telling off from the commissaire on the first lap. Yep, that's Elliot Collier going again from Tap Callas. So we've got a Defined rider. Can't see his number, so we're not sure who he is. And Elliot's crossed that. He's strong. Look at that. Yeah, Elliot Collier looking really good there, and these two are working well together. Another rider. This could make it 3. Yep, those three riders now, they've got probably 3 seconds, 4 seconds. And it looks like it's stretching though. So we've got a reflex rider with this defined rider. We can't see the numbers, so we're not able to tell you who they are, but we do know that's the aggressive, attacking Elliot Collier, who's really shaped this race. He put his mark on the race from lap 2, really. And these three are definitely going clear. Coming back into South Cerney now. So who's going to win? Who's going to be the first to cross the line for the Mover Homes? First points in the Mover Homes King of the Sprints competition. Will they sprint or will they just be working together? This is with a little trade-off cyclists do when they're in a group. You know, one person, they might say, well, I'm just going to work with you. You can have the sprints. We're expecting them. The front of the motorised, the front of the race, the motorcycle marshals coming through now, crossing that line. Nice big definite yellow line for the Mover Home King of the Sprints competition. And those three riders, and we'll be bringing your name when we see them, as soon as we see them, yeah, as soon as we see them, because we know it's Elliot Collier, and it's 4 riders now. Another rider's bridged across them. We're going to try to get you their names when they come through this time. So those 4 riders, nicely clear. Let's see. I make that about 4 seconds lead now, 4 or 5 seconds lead. These will go around the corner, they'll come out of it quicker than the peloton because they're a smaller group. So they can claw away another second here as they're coming into the village. A lot of people are coming, standing at the end of their drives to watch. Watch the colours, watch the bike racing. And the 4 are working well together. We should be able to see them. Who's going to win this King of the Sprints? Who's going to win this Mover Homes King of the Sprints? First points. And a rider in blue. So I think that's Primera Sport. Yep. So there's some real good attacks going now. We should be able to get you those riders now. So the winner was Charles Palmer, Reflex no pins. He came over the line first. We had Hamish Hunter of Primera. I think they're from Bournemouth, that team. And Elliot Collier. Elliot Collier's Scott's third, so he's got the third place points. So Elliot Collier's third, and Charles Palmer leads the King of the Sprints at the moment. So the others stopped working a little bit after that sprint, but Elliot Collier didn't. He's kept going. He's kept his head down again. So Elliot Collier's gone again, and he's got another little gap coming out of South Cerney. He's got another rider with him. Yeah, Elliot Collier is shaping this race. I mean, whatever happens to him, he deserves a special round of applause at the end, because it's him that's deciding this race. He's causing all the gaps. He's causing all the tactics. Definitely, if you get a rider like that who makes the difference, he looks like he's on really good form. So he's got away with that Primera rider from Bournemouth again. And that could be Hamish Hunter, who was second in the sprint. but it could also be Sebastian Tyree. We're just got to try and find out. Next lap round. Is Elliot, are you? All right. I'm stood here with Elliot Collier's mother, and she's saying she doesn't want to be interviewed. Well, can you find a relation that does? He's doing really good. He's good. He's good. He's attacked. He's made this race what it is. Yeah, they can't keep with Elliot. That's it. I'm getting some information from his mum. He hasn't got a sprint finish, so he's got to break them. This is his chance. So Elliot's still persisting at the front there. He's still persisting. And when they come round this time, there will be 8 to go. 8 laps to go. And fortune favours the brave. He's got a good gap on his own now. He's a very good climber, Elliot. I've just learnt from his family. He's a good climber, and there are some rolling bits that will make all the difference. There's some rolling bits on this 4.5 mile course, and of course we're high up in the Cotswolds here. So welcome if you're just joining us on this main street in South Cerney, if you're one of the residents or you've just travelled to see the race. This is the South Cerney Kermesse, brought to you by Discover Bikes at Performance Cycles, and we've got a lone race leader, Elliot Collier from the TAP Calas team. And Elliot is from the New Forest. It's great biking country, great training country, yeah. One of the tail enders just going through the finish line at the moment. And this is a good lead now he's got. There's another 2 riders who are trying to get across to him, but he must have more than 10 seconds now. Great setting we're in. We're lovely. This village is South Cerney, beautiful Cotswold stone cottages on the main street. Very, very nice, historic place, not far from Cirencester, very historic town. And not far to go on this lap. Elliot's now is in the village streets, looking very good, so he's going to come through, our lone leader. So can everybody on the high street, on the main street, give Elliot a round of applause, because his racing has really shaped this race. It's very impressive performance so far. I'm going to try to get a time check for you on this corner. It was 13 seconds, and before we lost sight of the corner, I was going to check them on the corner. He's got at least 13 seconds lead, probably 15 seconds now. He's just had a drink, so he's looking after himself. Looks like he's set in for a long breakaway. I think we're going to be able to get you a time gap on the line this time. I'm getting a lot of help here from people that are here at the finish line. There's a great atmosphere. And there's another rider gone across to Elliot, so he's closed that gap quite quickly. Joe Berman has attacked. So the front of the race, the lead motorcycle's coming through now. It won't be long before the riders are in the village. So they're roughly lapping at about 9 minutes a lap. And this time it'll be 8 to go. There's the lead vehicle going through. So we've got two leaders. Joe Berman's one of them. Joe Berman in the black at the front now at the moment, you can see on your screens. It won't be long before we can see them in the high street here. Here comes another one of the motorbikes. So we're expecting Elliot Collier any second now. Here he comes, he goes through. And here's the two chasers, 8 laps to go with the two chasers. So that's Carl Stubbs was the rider in third place in that group of two that's chasing them. But they look to have about 15 seconds lead and then another 5 on the peloton. So it's Carl Stubbs. Joe Berman there, Carl Stubbs chasing, Elliot Collier. But Elliot's got a good lead. If these two are strong, so if they get across to him, that's a good breakaway group formed. As we go towards another 2 laps, we'll be halfway. That's what we guessed. That's what we guessed. So Elliot Collier's got a 20-second lead on the peloton, on the bunch, and I think he's about 15 seconds on these. So these are these two that you can see on your screen now. So I think we're just hearing we've got another rider trying to get across to these two. Yeah, I can just see him coming around the corner there. Just see him on the screens. So we're out the back of the circuit now. For everybody who's in the village, the riders are out to the back of the circuit. It's very stretched out, and Elliot Collier's got a lead of 20 seconds on the peloton. And we've got Joe Berman and Carl Stubbs that are chasing. They're about 15 seconds behind Elliot, and we've got one rider about 5 to 6 seconds behind them. And when they come round this time, for everybody in the village, there'll be 7 to go. It's Elliot Collier still working away there on his own. Heroic stuff. A lot of club riders turning out to watch, just stop by the side of the road. It does look like these two are catching him. So the gap is definitely closing from the 2 riders that are chasing Elliot. But that's good. If they get up to him, they can form a good group. They look like they're the strongest in the race so far. So yeah, it looks like Joe Berman and Carl Stubbs are closing that gap to Elliot. So Elliot's changed direction now, out on the back of the circuit. Another corner that he's taking them very well, and he looks very comfortable. So for everybody in the village, this is 7 laps to go this time round, and that's 1 lap to go to the next Mover Homes King of the Sprint. But Elliot's looking good. Elliot's looking good for this time. I did think that the 2 chasers, Joe Berman and Carl Stubbs, were closing the gap, but they haven't made much of an impression on this lap so far. Still looks like he's got around 15 seconds on those 2. Yeah, Elliot's looking very, very strong. Sponsored by Callas Clothing Company. Make some great clothing, Callas. I think they do the clothing for Mathieu van der Poel's team in the World Tour. And the sun's coming out to smile on Elliot, on his efforts, on his lone efforts. Here in the South Cotswolds, in the South Cerney Kermesse, sponsored by Discover Bikes at Performance Cycles, Mover Home, estate agents in Swindon, AAG. Elliot's is going to his strengths now. He's riding uphill, and he's really stretching. That's more than 15 seconds now. And we'll try to get a time check this time through. I've got somebody, same name as me, Score Chris, is looking after me. Everybody's Score Chris. Everybody's looking after me here as well. Yes, looks like it's more than 20 to the chasers. More than 20 to Joe Berman and Carl Stubbs. Elliot Collier I'm just hoping he can hold out now. Come on, give him a big cheer. There's more and more of us coming into the main street now in South Cerney. Give Elliot a big cheer because he deserves this. Just seeing the chasers, it's the chasers. Berman and Stubbs. Berman's been very, very aggressive as well. He was the first attacker in the race. So Kermesse Racing fortunes the brave. Favours the brave. And they're really digging in, these two now, to try and hold off the peloton and close the gap to Elliot Collier. But the peloton's closer to them than they are to Elliot, that's a fact. So give Elliot a big round of applause when he comes through this time. He deserves it. The race won't be long now. He's stretching away. He had 15 seconds on the chasers, Stubbs and Berman last time, but it looks like out on the road he's got about 20 seconds now. Everybody in the main street, let's have a count. Let's have a count when he comes through this time. Your lone leader, Elliot Collier, is not far away. It's one of the back markers just going through there. Elliot won't be far behind this car. So when they come through this time, there will be 7 to go and 1 lap. The next lap will be a Mover Homes King of the Sprints prize lap. Big round of applause for Elliot Collier. He really shaped this race, really heroic effort, and he's looking very good. Looking very smooth out there. And chasers are just coming into sight now. Stubbs and Berman, both been very aggressive in the race. And the peloton's not far behind them, but it's all splitting up now. It's splitting up in the crosswinds here, in the South Cotswolds, in this South Cerney Kermesse. Brought to you by Discover Bikes at Performance Cycles, your local bike shop. Just outside here on the Spine Road. A much smaller main group of riders there. Hopefully be able to bring you some information and time gaps.
So you've got over 20 seconds there.
Yeah.
And then a bunch about 5 seconds. And you've got a group of about 10, 6. And then you've got
Yeah, it's as we've seen, it's splintered. The crosswinds have really ripped this place to pieces, and Elliot Collier has. But there's a lot of little groups now with small gaps, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. But it's Elliot Collier that has got the big gap. Elliot Collier's got a 20-second lead. And is his mum looking confident yet? No, she's looking scared. She looks terrified. Yeah. Yes, it is. And it doesn't look like. Does it look like they're stopping the race again? Oh.
they've neutralised it on the outside.
Yep. Yeah, the race has been neutralised. Commissaire still is not happy with the way they're riding. Well, hopefully, when they restart, they'll let Elliot have the lead that he had. But this is going to, it'll upset his rhythm a little bit, having a stop like this. Does he let things like that get on top of him? He's having a drink. He's having a drink. He looks cool. His mum looks confident. Yeah? Yeah, yeah. He's
Where you constantly down what you said. Wait, you can never control this.
okay. We're neutralised again. I know you. If you're watching this, it might seem like it's a bit stop and start because but the commissaire is responsible for the rider's safety, and they've got to take their own safety seriously as well. The commissaire definitely has to take the rider's safety seriously. You know. So there'll just be a short pause while this gets sorted out. Sorry, just took a short break to put my gloves on because everybody else has stood in the warm sunshine, and I've had to stand under this this gazebo so I can see the screen, and the wind's quite cold under here, but it's a. I think we're hearing there's been a crash. I think that's why it stopped. There's been an accident, and that's why the race has just been stopped temporarily. We'll bring you more information when we can. Okay, so they've had to stop so they can get the ambulance out of the race with the 2 injured riders in it. It's just 2 down. We don't know any more information at the moment. Okay, we're just getting information. We're going to be restarting again. The race was stopped due to two riders having they've crashed and they needed to get the ambulance out of the race. So they had to stop the riders. Safety first. So we'll give you more information when it gets started.
They said that two had gone down hard, which is why they had to stop, because we were out there with ambulance. Just outside the village, on the other side. Yeah, but it's after the accident.
Right. Okay, we're going to be restarting in a minute with Elliot. Collier is going to be given 30-second lead. They had the lead that he had before the race was neutralised. He'll be starting with that lead. So that's Elliot Collier. If you're watching this on the live stream in the black there with the red sleeves, you can see in the centre of the picture, he's going to be started off with a 30-second lead, the lead he had before the race was neutralised. So Elliot Collier, KP Racing, Kermesse. Commissaire's there telling them what she's going to do, what she's decided, which is the right thing. And the riders are getting ready to start again. So Elliot's now got to get himself together and go like mad. He's just got to really go for it, getting this 30-second lead. And they're roughly starting in what the order they were stopped in as well. Lead car sets off. Commissaire's just holding Elliot, giving him a bit of a countdown. And he's off again. Now, come on, Elliot, you need to get going. Oh, he can't get his feet in the... Oh, now he's off. He's off. Got to get back into it now. He's got to put that behind him. But he seems very level-headed. The information I've got, his family are really excited about it, and they're telling us all about him. He's very level-headed. He'll get himself together, and he's taking advantage of that 30-second start. He's going to get over the peloton because he was in the lead by 30 seconds when the race was neutralised because of a crash involving two riders, and we had to wait until the ambulance that took them back to the headquarters was for medical treatment was back in the race, because you can't have a race without an ambulance at the back. Safety first. So Elliot's really making the best of this out there. And they should have started the others by now. I can just see them in the background. Yep, they started the others off. So he's got his 30-second lead. Elliot Collier, TP Racing, Kermesse. Your lone leader in the South Cerney Kermesse, here in the lovely sun-bathed Cotswolds on a bank holiday Sunday. So he's obviously not letting, Elliot Collier's not letting this put him off. He's really working hard now. Looks just as full of racing as he did before he stopped. Okay, Elliot's still got that lead, and he'll be into the second half of the circuit now. And we're coming round because it's a Mover Homes King of the Sprints points award on the finish line. So Elliot's looking good for getting them, and he should take the lead in that competition, because he was third. He was third. So he's got a good chance of leading that Mover Homes King of the Sprints competition. And he gets the maximum points when he crosses the line on this lap. So give him a special cheer. And so Elliot Collier, the lone leader of the South Cerney Kermesse. Yeah, Elliot Collier's very impressive. If anything, I mean, we're seeing a long stretch of road here, and he's stretched that lead out. If anything, it's more than 30 seconds. Yep, looks more than 30 seconds. So everybody on the main street here in South Cerney, Elliot Collier looks like he's going to come across the line to take maximum points in the Motorhomes King of the Sprints Award. So give him a special cheer. He's been the bravest rider in this race so far because he's done nothing but attack. We're looking now at the peloton. There's some attacks. They're getting back into their stride. So there's two riders now trying to get across to Elliot. We can't quite make out who they are. But one I think's the Primera. Yeah, I think it's a Mud Dock and a Primera rider. I mean, I'm looking at this on a TV screen where the sun's shining into it, so it's a bit difficult. But it looks like a Mud Dock and a Primera rider. So we really need to see the numbers, you know, get behind them for our motorbike television camera out there. Just get behind them so we can see the numbers of these riders and identify them. So everybody who's listening on the live stream and everybody who's here in South Cerney knows who they are. But we definitely know the lone leader is Elliot Collier of TP Racing Callas. And he's looking good for this maximum points in the Motorhomes King of the Sprints Award this time round. There's only one more after this. There's only one more sprint after this, but there's 6 laps to go. And the last sprint will be with 3 to go. These 3 are working well together now. And it looks like Hamish Hunter's the Primera rider. The peloton's not letting him go. The camera is sticking with the peloton. There's quite a lot of attacks now. That's stretched out again. This crosswind sections are taking their toll of the riders. There's some gaps appearing in the peloton. Television's falling over. And good catch, thank you. That looks like Joe Berman. Was the first attacker of this race. He's attacked from the peloton. Got another little gap going. So there's riders firing off one after the other to try and close this impressive gap to Elliot Collier. And here we are on the finish line. We've now got serious weights to try and hold this television down. The organiser Andy Kirk has been moving like a hummingbird's wings all morning. Yeah, it looks like it's Carl Stubbs and Joe Berman again, and Hamish Hunter that are really igniting this peloton and igniting the chase of Elliot Collier, who should be through, your lone leader, to take maximum points in the Motorhomes King of the Sprints and possibly move into the lead position in that competition. This be with 6 laps to go, so we're halfway. Can he stay out in the lead? Can the brave Elliot stay out in the lead for the rest of the race? There's the Chief Commissaire's car. It won't be long now. Give him a big round of applause. Elliot Collier, your lone leader. He had a 30-second lead. The race was stopped. They gave it him back. And he's still forging ahead. He looks very good, very comfortable. He's not tiring at all. Great ride there by Elliot Collier. And he's took maximum points in the Mover Homes King of the Sprints Award. There's only one more of those. I think he possibly could have moved into the lead of that. So here comes the peloton. Here come the rest of the riders, and there's lots of splits. Very aggressive riding now. There's lots of attacks. And it's looking very good. It just looks like a Kermesse in Flanders. Same kind of racing, same no holds barred, flat out racing. And we'll let you know who was second and third in that sprint. So it was Patrick Fotheringham was in second place. And Charles Palmer in third. That's great. So it does look like the Elliots took the lead in that competition now. But Patrick Fotheringham in second place. So they're going through the streets now of South Cerney, going out the village. Little gaps forming in that bunch. Yes, it looks like in the Mover Homes King of the Sprints competition, we're only doing this on the back of a piece of paper. We've not got any information, but it looks like Charles Palmer and Elliot Collier will be joint leaders in that competition. I'll not bore you with how we've worked that out, but it looks like that. So this next sprint should decide that, and that will be 3 laps to go. There are 6 laps to go. There'll be 5 laps to go, so we're more than half distance done. There'll be 5 laps to go this time round, and your lone leader is Elliot Collier, who comes from the New Forest, and he rides for TP Racing Callas. Callas clothing, great cycle clothing. They do custom clothing and do for clubs and teams and everything. So we're looking at the TV screen. It looks like the peloton have knocked it off. They've knocked off the attacking. There were lots of attacks when they came through the finishing straight last time. But every time they sit up and look at each other like that, Elliot Collier gets another few seconds to add to that 30-second lead. So it's really playing into his hands, but there's half distance to go. So another 23 miles maybe to go. And his mum's looking nervous. And she's just told me off, the team is TAP Racing Callas. So it's great, and really thank you for everybody who's at the finish line that's helping me, because although I've been a cycling journalist for 23 years now, freelance cycling journalist, and wrote 20 books, and incidentally, if you want to know about Kermesse racing and the history of racing in Belgium, go on cyclinglegends.co.uk and buy my latest Flandrian, The Cult Heroes of the Cobbles. It's the history of, it's just interviews with some of the greatest Flemish cyclists there's ever been. But it's my first time doing live commentary at a race, and I've had some great help from people on the finish line. It's wonderful, wonderful atmosphere here. Wonderful atmosphere. Sun's coming out, nice and windy. And we've just had confirmation that Charles Palmer and Elliot Collier are sharing the lead in the Mover Homes King of the Sprints competition. We've just the line judge here is telling me the rules of that, and we can we'll see how that develops, that competition. But yeah, meanwhile, back on the race, Elliot Collier. Let's have a look at that lead. Is it still 30 seconds? The camera foreshortens them now. I'm looking at the TV screen on the back straight now, and it may be foreshortening the distance. We'd need to get a proper time check. Well, just on a rough count, I still think he's got 20 seconds. So that aggressive racing as they came through the village, came through South Cerney last time, did close the gap down. But at the moment, he's holding them around about 20, 25 seconds. So Elliot Collier, Tap Racing Callas, in the lead at the South Cerney Kermesse. Under halfway to go, half the distance to do, and he's looking good. And this race is brought to you by Discover Bikes at Performance Cycles. They've got a bike shop on the Spine Road just outside South Cerney. We've also got a new one in Swindon, and also sponsoring a Mover Homes, sales and lettings in the Swindon area, and AAG for all your business telecoms and IT. So it'll be 5 to go this time through. 5 to go. Lots of cyclists going past me enjoying the sunny weather here in the South Cotswolds. And 2 men with a load of no waiting cones on a trailer. Elliot Collier is now out on the back of the circuit, very stylish, looking very strong. He's still getting lots of encouragement from cyclists who are out for a Sunday ride. And he looks to be enjoying himself. Looks to be enjoying himself, he looks comfortable. And he still looks like he's holding something between 20-30 seconds. Maybe it's stretched out a little bit more. It's very difficult to get time checks on this circuit because you can't pick a landmark. There's not very few straight roads, so you can't pick a landmark. But it's a great circuit, and it's a very aggressive race, and it's paid off the most aggressive rider because Elliot Collier's really ignited this race. He really took it on. Elliot Collier looking very stylish. Sun's come out. What a day for a bike race. Fantastic. Lovely. This is a little bit of straight road. Still can't see the peloton behind Elliot. He's looking very good, very strong. And he's your joint leader in the King of the Mount, in the King of the Sprints competition, the Mover Homes King of the Sprints competition. Right, everybody in the village, right, this lead car's coming through now. So Elliot won't be far behind. He's got something between 25 and 30-second lead. So he's holding that aggressive peloton. Elliot Collier, the tap racing from the New Forest. Less than half distance to go, and he's looking very good. No signs of fatigue at all. Keeping it on all the time. That's what he's got to do. He just keeps the pressure on, pace himself. And the peloton are attacking and slowing down. It's always helping him. So these two riders, I don't know where the back markers. I think that's Charles Palmer from Premier Sport, who's been very, very aggressive in the race. And I think might be Joe Berman as well. Some more attacks. Every time coming through here, the pace is really on. Some of the RAF there on the back. I think it was Sebastian Tyree you can see there on your screen that's chasing, and that looks like Joe Berman, doesn't it? Who made the first attack in this race. So Sebastian Tyree, Joe Berman, they've been very, very aggressive through the race. They're trying to close this gap, but the peloton's not letting them go. Meanwhile, Elliot's just being Mr. Cool up the front, keeping it on. 34 seconds, so he'd actually stretched his lead this time. He had 30 seconds, there was a crash, the race was neutralised, he was set off with that lead 30 seconds, that was a lap or so ago, and now he's got 34 seconds. So although the rest of the riders, they keep attacking, Elliot's still drawing away from them. So where's his mum? She must be pleased now. So it looks like we've got Sebastian Tyree and Joe Berman and one other rider. I can't quite make out who that is. And they've prized themselves off the front of the rest. They're forming a good group here. A good group. Yeah, this group's working. There's a group of three now chasing Elliot, and they're working really well. We think Sebastian Tyree's one. Joe Berman's certainly one of them. I recognise him from the first lap, from his first attack. And they've got a little gap on the rest. Working well together. Joe's trying to get the other two to come through. He's waving them through. That little flick of his arm. Well, Sebastian Tyree's been a bit naughty there. He's missed his turn. Joe's got to do another turn. Meanwhile, up front, Elliot's just as cool as anything. We think the third rider in Sebastian Tyree's the Premier Sport in blue, Joe Berman with the white helmet, and the rider all in black was Peter Het. Peter Het. Yep, and if he's from Warwick. So those three of Peter Hitt, Sebastian Tyree and Joe Berman. Oh right, thank you. We've just been told it's, yeah, Ollie Featherstone. Ollie Featherstone, not Joe Berman. Yeah. So in the white helmet, we've got Lee Featherstone.
Yeah, so that's Ollie Featherstone from Lee RT. Joe's League RT. And swimming cycles.
Right, Ollie Featherstone there from League RT. It looks very similar to Joe Berman. I've been forgiven by his team manager. And Joe Berman's at the front of the peloton. He's trying to let this gap get away because they've established quite a lead over the rest of them. And they've dropped one of the riders, that Primera rider, who we think was Sebastian Tyree. So it's Jolie and Peter Hitt. Jolie and Peter Hitt chasing Elliot Collier. We don't know whether they're making any inroads into Elliot's lead because we haven't been able to see the lead rider on the TV screen yet. So this time round, when the leaders come this time round over the line, it'll be 4 to go. 4 laps to go. Eh? No, 3 laps to go. And the 2 chasers are trying to pry themselves clear, but they're struggling at the moment. The wind is quite strong out on this circuit, so Elliot's doing a fantastic job to stay ahead on his own. Ollie Featherstone coming through to do his turn at the front there of this 2 chasers, but there's 3 split away from the main bunch that are chasing them, and they look like they're going to close the gap to them. So there'll be 5 chasing Elliot. So those 3 have bridged across to them. We'll try and get you the names as soon as we can. So it's 5 riders chasing Elliot Collier, your lone leader at the South Cerney Kermesse. And the lead motorbike's coming through. If you're in the village now, the lead motorbike, Elliot Collier, is going to be coming through. Let's time him. Let's time what gap. Is he going to be building on the 35 seconds he had last time? Or will the rest of them have start to close the gap on him? So it's 4 to go. Yeah. So it's going to be 4 to go this time. There's 5 riders chasing your lone leader, and here he is coming into the main street. Elliot Collier. He's thrown his bottle away and he's look. That's it, looking very good, still looking very strong. We'll get a time gap on him. It's probably less than 30 seconds because I can see the chasers now. That chasing group looks like it's working together, and I think Joe Berman's got across to his teammate Ellie Featherston. So yes, the chasers have made inroads into Elliot Collier, so he needs a special cheer if he comes round this time in the lead. So it's inside 20 seconds now.
Ollie has a chain around his neck. But they've both got fish.
All right. That, okay, so we've still got Elliot Collier in the lead, but his lead is down to around about 20 seconds now. And this group's chasing very well. And it's League RT, Joe Berman and Ollie Featherston, who've done a lot of the work to bring that, because they're both together in this lead, this chasing group of 5, but the rest aren't very far behind. This race is really ignited now. There'll be 3 laps to go this time, and this time on the line it's the final of the Mover Home King of the Sprints award. So whoever wins this time, especially of the 2 that are leading that competition, Charles Palmer and Elliot Collier, whoever crosses the line first and gets points decides it. 3 to go, 3 to go. That's official from Chris, the 3 to go man. Next time, yeah, next time they'll have 3 to go. So that's less than 12 miles. Well, it's just over 12 miles, isn't it? 12 and 3/4 miles. Unless my maths has failed me at this crucial moment. Lot of activity behind now. Lot of activity behind Elliot Collier. They're not looking at each other now. Right, if you're watching on the live stream now, they've gone back to Elliot Collier. Looking good, he's fueling, he's having something to eat. He's looked after himself in this lone lead. He still looks strong. He has lost some of the lead. They did cut it down to 20 seconds last time through, but the other riders, they keep attacking, they keep slowing down, they keep speeding up. Elliot just keeps in there. And right on the back of the circuit, bit of undulations going uphill, very rolling. There's some flat roads. There's 2 flattish roads. Going through the village is flat, but the rest of the circuit rolls up and down. So although the race is only 55 miles long, they'll know they've done it because it's been aggressive all the way through. Elliot Collier on your screen, the lone leader of the South Cerney Kermesse, brought to you by Performance Cycles and sponsored by Mover Homes and AAG. Yeah, Elliot's bravely hanging on. He's had all that wind to contend with himself. He's still got a good lead. Yeah, it's gone out a little bit. There was a flurry of aggression and attacks from the League RT2 of Ollie Featherstone and Joe Berman. They looked really good, and they were closing down on him. They halved his lead in the last lap. But again, they're looking at each other, although there is a group closing on Elliot now very quickly. One rider in particular. One rider run away from two. He's stretched a gap on two others. And they've quickly got quite a big lead on the rest of the riders. Elliot's looking good. If these two catch him, he can maybe get a bit of a rest with them and still be able to hang on. So there's one rider trying to identify that rider. It's a rider from Bath. And his number seems to end in a 6 or a 5. But he's closing that gap quite quickly, looking very, very strong. Looks like a Kermesse racer, big, strong rider. So it's going to be 3 laps to go when they come around this time, and the last points in the Mover Homes King of the Sprints competition. So if Elliot can hang on, if Elliot Collier can hang on for this lap, he's got that competition. No, he's the rider from Bath. The rider from Bath is really closing on him now. And he's nearly bridged, the Bath rider's nearly bridged across, he's nearly caught Elliot Collier. And he's closed that gap, the rest haven't closed it. Elliot's doing the right thing, flicking his elbow, getting the Bath rider to come straight through. Yep, this Bath rider, when we identify him and tell you who he is, he looks very strong. There's a few... The reason we can't tell you straight away is a few riders from Bath and we can't see the numbers at the moment from the angle that I'm commentating on. From Bath, actually. So, the two leaders, the Bath rider and Elliot Collier, working well together. Elliot's got plenty left. He's paced himself nicely. And we can't see any of the others. They've just come around a corner on the back of the circuit and they've got quite a good gap. They're quickly established. It's gone out again. It's the lead has definitely gone out again. Right, thanks. Yeah, Elliot's, I mean, as well as a brave race, Elliot Collier, he's rode a very intelligent race. He's obviously kept something back here because he's working well with this Bath rider, and we're going to try to get his number when he comes through, although the Bath rider just looks strong coming round that corner. So they're inside 1 kilometre from the village, inside 1 kilometre from South Cerney. So, come on Elliot, hang on. So Elliot should tie up the Mover Homes King of the Sprint competition this time. He's struggling a little bit to hang with this Bath rider who's fresh, who's got across to him. But they're coming into the village, they're coming into the town now, and I can see them together, and he's still working hard. Elliot Collier and number 15, Bath rider, number 15.
Will Duffy.
It's Will Duffy from Bath. So Elliot Collier and Will Duffy from Bath. Will has bridged across to him, he's caught him up very quickly. They've got a good lead, 3 laps to go. Elliot Collier crossed the line first there, so has won the Mover Homes King of the Sprints competition, by my reckoning. Chris, the line judge. Well, we think they've got a lead of 30 seconds, so Elliot's gone back up to 30 seconds with the Bath rider, Will Duffy. And Will Duffy looked very strong, I must admit, because he closed that gap to Elliot very quickly, and the rest haven't gained on them at all. So those two are looking good. 3 laps to go. They've settled down now and sharing the pace as they go out to South Cerney. Will Duffy and Elliot Collier. Will Duffy from Bath, Elliot Collier from the New Forest. Elliot Collier has absolutely animated this race, really shaped it. And he leads. It looks like he's won the Mover Homes King of the Sprints competition for the South Cerney Kermesse 2025. Race has not been on since COVID. It was one of the casualties of COVID, but it's a great little race. I've enjoyed myself anyway. Elliot Collier's looking good. They go out into the countryside. This time round will be 2 to go, and he is looking. These two are looking very good.
I don't know if they were that worried or not.
I think there is.
Are they, because they wasn't sure what to do to the... I think
Elliot Collier's doing more than his fair share. He's not. He lost none of his fire in his legs. He's doing really well. Okay, Elliot Collier and Will Duffy looking very good, relaying each other in, both taking a share of the lead. Got quite a good lead. We're right down the back of the circuit now, and I can't see the peloton behind them. Yeah. And Will Duffy leading now, looking strong. And Elliot Collier shadowing him. Plenty of fight left in Elliot. And last time through, these two leaders had 30 seconds on the rest. And it's looking very much like they're holding on to that. They're working very, very smoothly together. So it'll be 2 laps to go, 9 miles to go when they come through this time. Well, that's hard. I'm kidding. Elliot Collier leading. There's plenty of fire in his legs. Elliot Collier leading Will Duffy. They're about halfway around this 9th lap. On lap 9 of 12, so 2 to go when they come through. 2 to go. So in your screens now, Elliot Collier, if you just turned on this live stream, Elliot Collier and Will Duffy, they've got 30 seconds lead in the South Cerney Kermesse. And when they cross the line in South Cerney, when they cross the finish line, there'll be 2 laps to go. Elliot taking a drink there. So we'll get a time check for you this time through. See if we can get a time check. A nice straight bit of road here now. They're holding them. Will Duffy, Elliot Collier, they're holding around about a 30-second lead. When they come through this time, there'll be 2 seconds to go. That's a good. There were 2 laps to go. That's a good lead. Another nice straight bit of road. Coming round a little bit of uphill now. This is Elliot Collier's strength. And he's doing the work on the hills. That little round of applause was for a recumbent rider, looking very serene as he goes through South Cerney. Yeah. Will Duffy from Bath. Yeah, very quick. But the others still got 30 seconds. So we're coming with 2 to go now. Elliot Collier and Will Duffy. Will Duffy went across a 20-second gap to Elliot and then really got stuck in with him. And the gap has gone out to over 30 seconds. So these 2 are looking good. 2 to go this time. 2 to go this time. And I think these 2 are getting a little bit nervous now because they're looking over their shoulders. But don't look there, there's nobody there. Come on, keep going. Am I supposed to be impartial? Okay, this lead's looking good, and the front end of the race is coming through South Cerney. And your 2 leaders were with us, Will Duffy from Bath and Elliot Collier from the New Forest will be with us soon. Give them a big round of applause. They've got 2 laps to go and they've got quite a good lead. We'll give you an exact time gap when they come across the line this time. They're looking good. I mean, Elliot's been off the front. Elliot Collier's been on the front of this race for like nearly its entirety. So he really deserves if he can stay ahead to the end. Fantastic. Here are the 2 leaders coming into view. Elliot Collier and Will Duffy. Give them a round of applause. We'll get a time check for you. They're looking very, very good. Very much in charge of this. No other riders in sight at the moment. Yeah, they've stretched the lead by the looks of it. They've stretched the lead. So, are we going to start some predictions in a bit? Who will win? Will Duffy's looking strong as he comes out. There's a little bit of false flat as he's coming out of the village, and he's just got a little bit of a gap. There's a lone rider trying to cross the gap. And that was
Tom from PB.
Tom who?
His PB performance. I just know his name, not his. Yeah, Thomas Charles.
Right, it's Thomas Charles was the rider who crossed the line in third place there, who was a little bit in front of the rest. So we had Will Duffy in the lead, Elliot Collier with him, and then a gap of around, did we get a time gap on that, Chris? 51 from the front to the peloton, 51 seconds. So, and that other rider. That other rider, Thomas Charles, was just in front of the peloton. So we go out of South Cerney now. Will Duffy and Elliot Collier looking really good together. They've got 50 seconds on the rest. It's getting close to a minute. Elliot Collier leading now. South Cerney Kermesse taking another corner. These two look good together. Elliot Collier and Will Duffy. No other riders in sight. 50-second lead as they came through with 2 laps to go. And if you're watching on the live stream, the motorcyclist cameraman is slowing down to see if he can get that time gap. The peloton's nowhere in sight. These two are well clear now. It looks like there could be a minute in front. Which is well deserved because they've really animated this race, particularly Elliot Collier. So we're looking at the peloton now. There's not as many attacks as there had been. Looks like this gap's gone out quite a bit. And this time round there'll only be 1 lap to go. They're all looking at each other in this group of riders now. It's not really drawn out into a long line. It's a sign that there's not really a concerted chase. The riders are going through, doing a bit of a turn, but if the heat was on in this group, that would be a long, long line of riders. So we could do with seeing what's going on up front. We've got pictures on the live stream now of the peloton, and they don't look like they're not committed to this chase. So two mud dock riders doing the best they can at the front, trying to stir things up. But it looks like they've given up the ghost and let them, Will Duffy and Elliot Collier, have their day. This is the main group with 2 laps to go, coming round with 1 lap to go, and the South Cerney Kermesse, sponsored by Mover Home Performance Cycles, holidaycottages.co.uk, and it's the 4th round in the British Cycling's South Racing Series. We've got 2 leaders, Will Duffy and Elliot Collier, getting on for a minute ahead of the riders that you can see on your screen. And that's Adrian Laws from Defied, just come through to try and see if he can stir this group up. That one?
No, if he's in fourth.
Oh,
He was on the front.
Yeah. Tommy Stroud. Right, and this back with you with your live stream, and it's Tommy Stroud there in the yellow jersey, the series leader of the South Racing Series. He's trying to protect that yellow jersey because he's the series leader. I don't know what his lead is. It's a points series, so I don't know how many points he's got, but he obviously must think his lead's in danger now. And he's trying to do something about it, trying to preserve that yellow jersey. And we're coming through with 1 lap to go, and it's Will Duffy and Elliot Collier, the leaders of the South Cerney Kermesse. 1 lap to go, and it looks very much like it's going to be between these two. What's the gap? No other riders in sight. And the rest of the group, the bunch is still out in the countryside at the moment, so they've got a really good lead. Yeah. And the riders are just coming into the village now, the rest of the bunch, the rest of the riders. So that must be over a minute by now. Well, it's 45 seconds, so we're 45 seconds lead and counting at the moment. And still no other riders in sight. And that's 4.5 lap to go, 4.5 miles to go. Here's the rest of them. Those Defied riders are still trying. Toby Rose, the yellow jersey there, sat in the middle of the peloton. Did you get the... Right, the official time gap, Will Duffy and Duffy and Collier have got 1 minute and 4 seconds lead now. 1 minute and 4 seconds. That's Will Duffy and Elliot Collier leading. South Cerney Kermesse, 4.5 mile lap to go with 1 minute and 4 seconds lead. Oh. Okay. So we've got Felix Skelton of Muddock. He's that Muddock rider that is in second place. We don't know the Defied rider, it's Felix Skelton. And Muddock have been quite aggressive in this. They've tried to close this down. They kept the pace high on the back straight on the lap previously. And these two are working well together, getting stuck in. But 4.5 miles, have they got enough to close 1 minute and 4 seconds? Be dramatic if they do. Scott Richardson is the defined cycling rider. Scott Richardson. Yeah, and these two are, you know, they've got a good gap there from the rest of them. So the tension mounts. We're on the last lap. We're waiting for the... will it be a sprint between Will Duffy and Elliot Collier? Will Elliot break Will Duffy? Will it be the other way round? What'll happen? It's quite animated behind. Scott Richardson has broken away from the chasing. He's in third place now. His fellow chaser, the Muddock rider, Scott Richardson, has broken away from Defined Racing. And he's looking good. He's going quickly away from the rest. So Will Duffy and Elliot Collier had just over a minute's lead, and they must be around about halfway around the circuit. So around about 2 miles inside, 3 miles to go. Who will win? Could be an exciting sprint up here on the main street in South Cerney. Elliot Collier, as long as he finishes, has already won the Mover Homes King of the Sprints award. So he's already won that competition. Who's going to win the race? Who's going to win the South Cerney Kermesse? This exciting race, very aggressive race, good racing conditions, lovely and sunny here. And they're out right now in the exposed part of the circuit. Now we're up with the leaders on the live stream. We're at the back of the leaders, Will Duffy and Elliot Collier. Elliot Collier leading. Will Duffy going through to do his turn. They're sharing the lead. It looks like one of these two will win this race. Number 15, Will Duffy from Bath. Elliot Collier from the New Forest.
Do you want to do the checkered flag, Simon? Look, he wants to do it. Let's get the youngest. Do you want to do the checkered flag? Right, Simon, you're already fourth person. You're in local dignitary. Smack the road, isn't it, Simon?
So we're right behind the two leaders. We've got over a minute's lead. It looks like these two will stay away. Got to be inside 2 miles to go. Got to be in 2 miles, inside 2 miles to go now. Taking a turn, coming back towards South Cerney. And Elliot Collier doing all lion's share of the work. And he's going to attack. Will Duffy's attacked. Elliot's brave. He's trying to close the gap. He's not got away yet. I think that was that the 1 kilometre to go side? 2k to go. 2k to go. There's a little bit of a gap opening now. They're coming to a downhill section though. Will Duffy's attacked, but he's not got a commanding lead. Elliot Collier fighting back as he's done all day. Elliot Collier really has, but we're inside 2 kilometres to go. Will Duffy has a lead of about 8 bike lengths, but Elliot's closing across to him. He's closing that gap. He's catching him up. Will he attack him straight away? That's it, go over the top. His mum says go over the top. That's what it means. It means go straight past him. Go straight past him. That's it. He's doing as his mum says. It's always best doing as your mum says. Oh dear.
I didn't need to see that go.
You didn't? No. We're just looking, if you're looking on the live stream, they came round the corner and there was a car coming the other direction. And mum says, I didn't need to see that. In a minute, we'll know who's coming third in a minute. We can see the motorbike marshals coming round now. And here they are. It's looking good. It looks like a Mud Dog rider was like in 4th place. We'll get official confirmation of that. Great exciting bunch sprint at the end. So, have we got a top 3?
There's a bug on your mic.
Is it?
You've got to try.
Did you get 3rd place? Did you get who was 3rd?
Yeah, number 61.
61.
Yeah,
Right.
Mud Dog guy came 4th.
Yeah. And we've got the result. And in 3rd place, it was Carl Stubbs. Is it Mingu? Moonglue. Moonglue. So Carl Stubbs. So Will Duffy first, Elliot Collier second, and Carl Stubbs in 3rd place for the South Cerney Kermesse. Thank you. We're going to try to have a word with the winner and 2nd place as well in a minute when I can get hold of them.
Good race.
I've never done that.
Adult only offers live being pictures at stall every now and then.
I, Elliot, I've been shouting for you all the way through. You're my man of the match. There isn't a prize for man of the match, but we're sending you a free book, so we want to know your name and address and everything for that.
Yeah.
But great performance. You took it on. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, my plan coming into this was I just wanted to attack right from a gun. I had confidence that if I needed to, I could go solo. So I had the gap. Thank you to the commissaires for reinstating the gap after it got neutralised and restarted, so that was great. And then, yeah, just trying to push hard into the headwind, recover a bit in the tailwind and just keep that up. Thankfully, the guy from Bath who eventually won came across with like 4 laps to go, which was really nice just to have a wheel to like swap off and work with, so that was a really good help. But yeah, really pleased with the result.
It was great. Did it put you off having to wait for what were you thinking about when you were waiting for 30 seconds? Did you get yourself all revved up for the restart?
Kind of. I mean, I didn't know if I was going to get the gap reinstated, so after that got confirmed that was good. I didn't have the best roll off. I like fumbled to clip in for a while, so I was like, that's a good use of my 30 seconds. But no, I figured my legs don't feel great after this restart, but nobody else's are going to, so there's not much I can do. I just have to get my head down and push, and so I kind of tried to put it out of my mind and just carry on. So yeah,
it's a real race attitude. Right, second place in this race, Elliot Collier. Go and see your mum, she's been worried. Thank you.
thank you.
And can we have a word with the winner? Where is he? Oh, he's there. Will Duffy, fantastic. Well, you really strong. What was your plan for the race going in?
Try and get away near the start, but that didn't happen. So yeah, then sit in, save some for the last second half of the race.
And when you went across that gap, could you see that Elliot was the man to be with?
Yeah, I think he would stay away. So yeah, I was glad to get across to him on the on the end of the headwind. So yeah, it's good.
And do you know where this puts you in have you rode any of the league events before?
First one this so far. But yeah.
And what's your next race? Well, you've got a fan club now. You've got to have a next race. You've got to tell everybody.
Maybe the Mendip stage race, I think. Mendip stage race, I think. Thank you. Next one.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Will Duffy from Bath. Right, you have to remind me your name. It was Carl Stubbs. That's it. Right, Carl. Great ride. What was your plan going into this one?
I thought it would be fairly with the wind and stuff. I thought the race would split up. Obviously, there was a bit of an incident. I didn't really see what had happened, but obviously the race got neutralised then, and then kind of brought it back together. I mean, the guy who spent all day in the break, fair play, because that was a long, hard day out for him. I heard he didn't win either, which is a bit gutting for him because it's a serious shift. So, but no, it was a good race. At the end there, it was sort of the lead had gone out too much, and I was here without a team, so it's kind of just a case of sitting in and jumping on a couple of other teams' lead outs, and then jump off the wheel when I thought the time was right, and I got that right. So happy days.
Well, that's bike racing, isn't it? Yeah. Just tell everybody what it takes to stay out in front, like you did, like young Collier did.
A lot of grit and determination in this wind, especially. It was really tough down that back section, and it was a hell of a lot easier like on the wheels and in the wheels, like in the bunch. So for him to stay out there all day, I mean, it's a serious shift. So he's earned a pizza or something tonight, that's for sure.
What did you think of this as a race?
Yeah, brilliant. The surface around here is absolutely like the new tarmac. It's like being abroad in Spain, isn't it? So, no, it's lovely. It's nice to have a flat race for once, because everything around sort of the UK now is, let's see how many metres of elevation we can get in. So it's nice to have a flat one for once for us bigger boys. So yeah.
Right, well, thank you very much. He's third place in South Cerney Kermesse, Carl Stubbs. Hello? Yeah, it's working now. It's working now, Andy. I amended it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So it's the
Right.
home king of the sprints.
Move home king of the sprints. In reverse order, in third place, it's Will Duffy.
Got it, you got
Is
that
it coming? Yeah. In second place, Charles Palmer.
He's not stayed. No.
And in first place, Elliot Collier. Well done, Elliot. Eh? No, this is.
There you go. You gonna make a mess, or leave it to the next one? I'll leave it to the next one. Fair enough.
What's the last
Right,
one?
and then we've
Carl
got the
Stubbs.
overalls of
Carl
those
Stubbs,
three.
Yeah, come bring them
Let
from
me
Lloyd.
just grab.
Yep.
Grab those.
Right, and now the presentation for the overall winners. We've got Carl Stubbs in third place. Come on, Carl, thank you, well done. And in second place, the indefatigable, God, I pronounced that right, Elliot Collier. And the winner of the South Cerney Kermesse, Will Duffy from Bath. Okay, go on, open that champagne. And I'll get out of the way. Do it, go on, do it, do it. Isn't it hard? You have to ride 55 miles and then they tell you to open a bottle and undo something, and it takes 2 hours to do that. That's it. Oh, that's proper, yeah.